What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well today. So we're back on MX Bikes again today, and the track we are on is called I Have a Dream, and it's made by Conceptgraff. Now, I originally was going to do a video on a track called Brap SX Remasterized, also by Conceptgraff, and I thought it was his first track release on MX Bikes. Now, how wrong I could have been. Good thing I'd done some research. I had a look through his posts on the MX Bikes and Mods website, and I found this was his earliest track on there. Now, I haven't looked through the forums, so I still definitely could be mistaken. However, I believe this is his first track on MX Bikes. Now, he's done tracks on Sim before. I've played a fair few of them, mostly the Supercross tracks I really enjoyed of his. This track at the moment seems to be a little bit of a hybrid. There's some like tight technical bits, and then there's some wide open bits that you can see here. For those of you who don't know Conceptgraff, he is a very, very talented man. He makes bike skins, he makes gears, he makes helmet designs, and he does tracks as well. So I knew downloading it straight away that it would be high quality. It was released actually in January 2020, and I asked a couple of guys in Discord if they'd played it before and how it is, and they all said it was very, very good, and one of the best tracks around at the time. So how could I not give it a download and play it? Now, I am on a very, very nice looking and I think sounding as well Geico 250 Honda today, and I tried to make the gear look as nice as possible. I don't have any like Geico brand gear, but it is what it is. Now, I have done 2 laps of the track prior to making this video, just so I know where I'm going. I never like going into these fully blind a lot of the time. I like having some idea of where I'm going. Oh my god, bring that back! How did I do that? That was a little bit wild. Is there any, just seeing if there's any like jumps off in the distance, or if it is just main track and that's it. I think it's a main track. Now, oh Jesus, I forgot that turn to the side. Let's get going this way. Now, one thing actually that I forgot is the track's actually, well, the picture of the track with the download said beta 2.0. So I don't know if this is like a final polished version. It's the most recent version I could find of it. I don't know if maybe he gave up at some point, or if it is finished and that was just the name that he gave it. But we shall see. I feel like there might be room to add a couple more objects and wildlife around. You see over in the distance over there, it's all a bit plain, but 9 times out of 10 it is the on track what matters. And after doing, have I done a lap yet? Is this finish line? It seems a bit finish liney. No, it's not. Where is the finish line? I'm going to keep an eye on that top left corner and have a look. Well, there you go. That's usually the sign that says finish on it is a good indicator of where the finish line is. I'm going to switch into first person quickly as soon as I land this. Don't crash, thank you. Just to try and appease both parties. Been trying to do that a lot more recently in videos, is try and do half and half. It's always difficult trying to please everybody. Oh, land it, land it. And I do find it a little bit difficult sometimes switching back and forth, but if I've been playing MX Bikes a fair amount, it's usually not too hard to move around between the 2 cameras. But I'm coming onto this off the back of spending like an hour and a half last night playing Reflex with a bunch of people. Now, you might have well seen the Reflex video already before this. I'm not sure if it's going out before or after this, but that was one of the most fun like gaming sessions I've had in a long, long time. And it's actually crazy that a game like Reflex that came out in what, like 2007-ish still holds up today, and graphics wise as well, it's really good. And I'm actually very surprised that there's still servers going for it. That was my biggest shocker. We had a little bit of grief with some of the servers. Oh my god, okay, that hill was a bit too steep for me. Had a couple of issues, but I think that might have purely been because 2 of us from the UK had me and Reese, and then there was 3 others who are all from the US, so big ping difference there. It will always be hard to try and get everyone into the servers with no grief. However, it did like rekindle my love of Reflex again, and I've done a video on it here or there, but playing it with people just changes the experience completely. And I'm very, very tempted to do some digging and see if I can find any actual organised races on it, because it took me right back to the MX Online tournaments days for any of you that done MXOT. Some of you might be a bit too young for it, but that was literally, so that was like the My MX Bikes of MXOT Reflex and Alive way back in the day. And it's a shame actually, I don't think you can get Alive on PC. I'm not sure if there's a port for it at all, a PlayStation port, but to my knowledge you can't get it, which is a shame, because again, that I feel like Alive was probably one of the last true good MXVSA TV games. Whilst I'm crossing my fingers that Legends will be good as well, I think it might be a little bit of wishful thinking, but only time will tell. We've got MXGP coming out at the end of the month, which I'm pretty excited for playing. I was very surprised how well received my MXGP 3 video was the other day. I always get a bit nervous when I upload something that's not bikes, because I never know what it's going to be, like how it's going to perform, which is always a worrying thing for me. You don't want to put time into a video and it just not do very well, but I was very appreciative of that, so thank you very much. Same with Reflex as well. I know Reflex is obviously one of the more popular ones that people tend to click on, but again, it's not bikes, and no bikes is where I kind of built the channel from originally, which is why I'm still here, not going anywhere with it. Oh geez, turn left. There we go. You know, these CVMX bikes, there's it's good. The front ends are so much more what's the word? Not like rigid, maybe like sturdy. You get a lot less front tucks and things like that if you don't land 100% straight. So I feel like it's almost like easy mode turned on sometimes. And this sound mod is throwing me off a little bit. I can't fully work out when I'm in like too high or low of a gear. So I feel like it sounds like it's revving quite high all the time. I feel like that just comes with where I've only really played with the stock OBM sound all this time. You kind of, it's not muscle memory, it's in your bloody ears, but I use audio so much, like I very, very rarely look down to see what gear I'm in. I do it usually off of sound, or I don't count the gears, but I'll know roughly off of muscle memory if I play the track enough, like how many gears I'll change up or down between sections without looking as well. Oh, right. Exactly like you do in real life, to be honest. It's all based off of feel, isn't it? You don't have like a tracker on your handlebars. Although saying that, when I was back in the 65 days, one of the guys I used to race against did actually have like a gear counter on his handlebars. Just to help him keep track of what gear I was in. But no, in my luck, I'd look down to see what gear I was in and just punt somebody from behind or just go off the track. I wasn't prone. Well, I was prone. Sorry, that's correct English. To going off the track every now and then from getting a little bit too wild. So I'm going to say impressions of this track, really, really good. It's another one of them where I'm very surprised that I haven't played it yet. There's a few that pop up to me every now and then that I had no idea ever existed, and I'm not sure why. Like, I don't understand why this track doesn't get any attention in like fun races or anything like that. Maybe it's just the age of it. Maybe there's an issue with cuts or timing gates. But saying that, looking at the top of the screen, it's all been fine so far. And as I said earlier in the video, I know that Conceptgraff puts a lot of work into what he does, and usually makes things as good as they can be. Maybe we can get a fun race going on this track at some point. It'll be good, especially in like the 125 fun races. I imagine this track on 125s will be a bit wild, be completely flat out. But overall, yeah, I can't really say anything bad about it. It flows really well, and especially now that I've got a couple laps under my belt and I know where all of these blind jumps go. Don't have collisions, thank you. And yeah, nothing has collisions, which is always good for me when I go off the track, especially clipping these tough blocks and things. That go straight through those. Although saying that, I imagine if you go into them too much, your lap time probably won't count. Oh, it's fine, it's good. Oh, that felt nice. I'm not sure if that looked any good on screen, but that wasn't even intentional riding the back wheel there. That was just like a perfect amount of power, and I just got very, very lucky. But I would say that's probably where I'm going to end the video there. I feel like my luck's going to run out pretty soon. But hopefully you've enjoyed this. I'm feeling very, very good lately just about videos and the channel as a whole, where I'm mixing up content, and it just means I'm not getting bored of doing the same thing every single day. It's very, very refreshing to mix things up, and it's just really, really good. I'm really, really happy to see that it's no matter what I seem to put out, it's well received, and that's the biggest thing. Is I don't want to get scared into the point of only uploading one game over and over, because that's not healthy. It's not going to make the videos any good. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy the other games. Obviously, Bikes isn't going anywhere. Bikes is always going to be around for as long as it can be. And yeah, that'll do it for me. I'll love you and leave you. Please drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. It really helps me out. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. I post almost every single day. And all games motocross, you name it, it'll be here in one way or another. So that'll do it from me. Yeah, catch you guys next time. Peace.
Got bad shit all up in my mind right now. Fuck it, give me a minute and I'ma let it all out. I don't give a shit about an opinion, be another dimension when I wake up. Bitch, it's time to fill the cup. Got no fucking love, I feel so stuck on my luck. Get fucked.